Hello, my name is Voya and welcome to My Deep Guide. Well, the end of this magnificent 2020 year that has brought so much joy all around the world is finally near. Excellent. And I wanted to do a best of categorization and kind of ranking of note-taking e-readers and dedicated e-readers that I've had the opportunity to test during this year. So let's dive in, check out the categories individually and see who the overall winners are. The first category is design and build quality. And here, as you can see across the range, we have several outstanding competitors. And of course, those are the Remarkable 2, Books Note Air, and for me personally, Kobo H2O. I'm including a couple of devices that I haven't had the time to actually do the video review yet, but those are the devices that I've been using for over half a year, such as the Kindle Paperwhite and the Kobo H2O. While Kobo H2O is not made out of metal like the other two devices are, and it's not a unibody design, what it does offer and how it's actually designed and the build quality, especially for the price, is really outstanding. One of the favorites of mine as far as the design goes. In the ergonomics category, things shift a little bit, and I want to explain why Remarkable 2 isn't scoring as high as Note Air, because their designs are the same, right? Well, not exactly. There are differences, and one of the most important differences for me, for example, is the location of the power button and the USB port, and most importantly, the proportions of the device if you flip it over for left-hand use. So let's just imagine, even for a second, that you are able to have a software solution that would flip the screen on Remarkable 2. You would still have some hardware limitations that would prevent you from equally enjoying the device if you flip it over to the left-hand side or use it in landscape mode. This is not the case with the Note Air, and for me the Note Air definitely takes a point over and is better ergonomic design than the Remarkable 2. Poke 2 and 3 and Kobo H2O, as I mentioned, they're excellent designs and they just feel so good to use, and I placed QuirkLogic Paper into this category as well with a high mark of 9, simply because of that flexibility and durability that it has. Once you actually realize that it's all part of the design, you start to use the device differently and it becomes very comfortable to actually use, and that thinness and lightness, really good. Now we move on to the writing experience, and as you can see clearly, we are only accounting for writing capable devices. And the clear winner, without any shadow of a doubt, is of course the Remarkable 2, because it just has the best writing experience feel that you can have currently on the devices. However, close behind its heels is the A6X or the A5X, and I'm including A5X here as well because, as far as I understand, A5X is going to have the same type of performance and same type of specifications, just a larger format. So it's reasonable to expect and predict that it's going to behave in the same way, but just take the A5X with a grain of salt. Like, this is a prediction, so to speak. However, A6X definitely is a very close second as far as the writing experience feel goes. However, when we get to the writing quality category, then the Remarkable 2 unfortunately falls quite a bit back. And the reasons are very simple. First and most important reason for me is the lack of anti-aliasing and filtering of any kind. You just simply get a messier result on Remarkable 2 than you do on other devices. And then on top of that, we also have the problem of jagged edges, which, yes, you can have a hack that will fix it, but I'm interested in what the device and the company are offering on their own. So hacks are not taken into consideration, of course not. As far as the best writing quality goes, because of the filtering and because of how the platform actually deals with the writing input, all of the Books devices score equally because you have very nice results there as far as writing quality goes. And of course, QuirkLogic Paper also scores very high because that one is my personal favorite as far as the writing quality goes. In the category of the default pen that you get with the device, I'm taking into consideration default pen and default nib that the device comes with. So of course, as I've discussed in my best pen and nib combination, you can increase this and dramatically increase the results or the feel for the Books devices, for example, who scored the lowest, but the default pen is the lowest, and the new Books Note Air pen is simply the worst. A6X and hopefully A5X, if it comes with the same pens. They offer the best pens of the entire range, because whether it is the default pen, the Heart of Metal pen, or the Lamy Star pen, they all are simply outstanding pens. Then we get to the note-taking functionality, and this means how does the notebook perform and what type of functionalities you have within the notebooks themselves. And here, again, unfortunately, Remarkable 2 scores lowest simply because it doesn't have any kind of management of your notebook. So you can't bookmark a page, you can't manage the content on the page, you can't do text search or anything like that, which of course is not the case. It's the complete opposite on the books platform. So all of the writing-capable books devices score the highest here, because on that platform you are able to search your handwritten notes, and you are able to write that star symbol that actually allows you to kind of effectively bookmark your notebook pages, which is excellent. Supernote platform also scores high because it has that title function, which I find incredibly useful, but I think it would be able to score much higher if they added text search option and better conversion to text functionality. So once those two, and if those two categories are actually improved, then the Supernote AX platform, shall we call it like that, would shoot up quite a lot higher. And QuirkLogic Papier scores high, but in a very different way than these other ones do, simply because it allows for things that no other device does, and those are the real-time collaboration functionalities within the notebooks or workbooks themselves, and also that unlimited canvas. So while it doesn't have text search and all that kind of stuff that the other ones do, it does offer these two very specific functionalities that also cause it to score quite high. Next category is the reader functionality, and Remarkable 2 and QuirkLogic Paper score really low here, with Paper a little bit higher, again because it has the ability to insert a page within the imported PDF. That's the only device here that actually allows that, if you wanted to insert a blank page and do written notes for your PDF. And as of update 1.1, it also has split screen functionalities, and those are quite important, so therefore it is naturally higher than the Remarkable 2, which is the worst performing reader of the bunch. The best performing reader is absolutely the books platform, because the Neo reader and a Kindle and the Kobo libraries, all of them are available on that platform. So yeah. Battery life is relatively good on most of the devices. The worst performing currently is unfortunately Supernote A6X, because it just drains that battery very quickly. A little bit better than it is Poke 2 Color, still quite bad, and QuirkLogic is starting to improve a little bit, but there's definitely room for improvement there more, and hopefully that's something that we'll see in the future updates. As far as the rest of the devices, Kindle, Kobo, and books, they all perform pretty much the best as far as the battery life goes. Performance is basically how snappy the device feels. So I don't care that much about the on-paper performance and how many cores and whatever it has, but how does the device actually feel? And for me, the books devices, because they are most powerful on paper, you actually see that and feel that in real-world use as well. So they are definitely up there. However, I have to say that the latest generation is better performing than the previous Gen 2 line of devices that they had, so those score definitely the highest. Customizability is an important category for me personally, because I like to be able to customize my device to be my own. That's one of the reasons why I don't prefer the Apple environment, where they just give you this lockdown environment and it's Apple's device. And the same thing you get with the Remarkable. This is not your device, this is Remarkable's device, and there's nothing you can do with it unless you start hacking it, which of course I'm not interested in. I'm interested in the mentality and the delivery of the device that the company is offering. So with that in mind, I think that all of the books devices and the Supernote AX series, they offer fantastic abilities to customize your device, whether it is the menus and sliders and all that kind of stuff on the Supernotes, or everything on the books platform. It's just something that allows you to make the device truly be your own. Similar thing goes with the versatility of the device. Now, this may be important to you or may not be important to you, depending on what you're actually looking for. If you're looking for a best overall performer and the most capable overall type of device, Boox devices are hands down the best because they offer that open-ended Android experience, which definitely is the most versatile of them all. Supernote AX platform is close behind because they are starting to introduce the apps as well. However, you can't really choose to install them, but they have added the Kindle app with the latest update. So it is definitely a versatile type of a device. Plus you have your email and you have Dropbox synchronization. Its simple looks are deceiving. It actually has quite a lot of versatility and functionality built in. And we get to the last category, which is value for money. And I think that the Nova 2 or Nova 3, depending on what you actually find at which price, but let's say Nova 3 definitely wins this category because you get the most out of your money. You get an excellent e-reader, perfectly capable and comfortable writing experience, one of the best note-taking functionalities that you have out there, and expandability, versatility, and excellent battery life. So definitely Nova 3 takes the cake there. And we come to the end results, and these are divided into two separate categories: the best combined e-reader and note-taking device of 2020 and the best dedicated only e-reader device. I didn't know what to expect here, but I'm very pleased to see the result here, and that my personal favorite and definitely the device that won me over the most during the year 2020 is the Boox Note Air. This is absolutely a fantastic device all around, and I'm not surprised to actually see that, even though I didn't look at the numbers or anything like that, that it actually came out on top. And it does make sense to me that Nova 3 is close second and Max Lumi is close third. Because overall, if you take a look at the 2020, they definitely are the best devices that came out this year. One thing that surprised me and kind of saddened me is that I was hoping that QuirkLogic paper would score higher, but as it's a very young platform, I think that it still has a bit to go. But in my personal and subjective opinion, yeah, for me personally, QuirkLogic paper would be the close second to the Note Air. As far as the Remarkable 2 goes, basically it comes down to this. They had every possible advantage to become the leader of the e-ink writing industry. However, their software practices have allowed the competition not to just catch up, but to overpass them, and now they need to do catching up. So we'll see in 2021 if they actually catch up. They can, they most definitely can, and I hope they do, because the Remarkable 2 as a device has the potential still to be one of the best devices out there. Currently, it's not. And we come now to the best e-reader category, and unquestionably it will be the Boox Poke 3. The format is excellent, everything is performing as you would expect it. The battery is on the lower side when you compare to Paperwhite and to Kobo, for example. Hopefully that's something that will improve and should, and it's not a bad battery, it's just a little bit less than the other ones. However, it offers Neo Reader, which is an amazing reader, and the Kindle and the Kobo and any other platform that is compatible with the Android. So as an e-reader, it's just offering you the most broad and the most efficient and comfortable experience out there. Close second is of course Poke 2, but Poke 2 and Poke 3 are almost identical devices. For me personally, the close second place would be Kobo H2O, because I personally feel that that's an amazing device and one of the best e-readers out there. And just as a little thing, I just wanted to say subjectively, which is my personal most favorite device of the year. It is of course the Boox Note Air. I absolutely adore this device. Thank you so much for your support and for wonderful comments and for generosity and all of the things that you've offered and you've shown, and you basically are just really, really amazing. And I'm deeply, deeply thankful and grateful for your kindness. And I would like to put emphasis on kindness because it is something that is much overlooked in today's world, but sorely, sorely needed. So thank you. I can't wait to see what 2021 will bring for My Deep Guide and all of these kinds of things, because this is very, very exciting for me. And thank you for sharing the journey with me. Stay safe, stay healthy, and see you in the next video. Bye!